Hello, 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 lovely ladies. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. So, let me know in the comments below if you are staying put for Thanksgiving or if you are traveling. So, if you're traveling, you might already be on your way, and that's okay too. But I wanted to give you some tips for Turkey Day and just celebrations in general. 'Tis the season, right? So these tips are going to be a great way for you to be able to still reach your goals during this holiday season. Good morning, Christina. So with that being said, the average American will gain 10 pounds between Halloween and New Year's first. So this does not have to be you. I say this to you knowing that these tips can guarantee success for you when you are out and about traveling during this season, even if that is just traveling to the neighbor's house, or if that is even staying put and at home with people coming to your house. So I want to be able to give you these tips for navigating celebration times during this season. So if you have ever wondered about what it is like to do group coaching with me, this is actually the first part of our session in December. And so I will give you a little bit of a sneak peek as what that would look like within these tips, because these tips are the ones that I'll be using during that group session starting in December. So here you go. The first thing that we're going to do is fuel and do fitness before you go. And so before you roll your eyes at me and say, oh my goodness, another thing on my to-do list, it has been proven that if you can fuel before you go, you'll put the hungry or the hangry at bay, okay? And so even if that means that, it's something small, even if that means that it's something that is quick and easy, that's okay too. The biggest thing is before you head out, before you leave the door, or before people are coming in, I want you to get a good solid fuel in, okay? So how many times do you go somewhere, whether it's a party or it's a meal, and you get there and they say, oh, lunch is at 1, and come 3:30, you're like about to gnaw off your right arm, and you're like, are we gonna ever eat? Oh my goodness. I haven't eaten all day because I was saving up for this, right? So I will tell you that is the worst, absolute worst thing that you can do for your metabolism. So your metabolism is like a fire. Those of you that have been with me for a while do know this. And so you add a little bit of fuel to that fire and you keep it going, okay? This is what keeps the metabolism constantly burning, okay? And so you want to fuel like you normally do through the morning and into, midday before you go off to those celebrations, okay? The other thing is, if you can get some type of intentional movement in, studies have shown that there is a decrease in consumption, caloric consumption with fitness. And so it's just mind-body awareness and knowing that, like, hey, I went out and I was intentional. I went on that walk, or I did that weight routine here in, my living room. And from that, I know that I don't want to, have steps in the opposite direction by over consuming today. And so you're more likely to stay accountable to where you want to be and the goals that you want to have if you can make sure to have some type of intentional movement. And so a lot of times I feel like for me that's easier to get done before I actually go. Some people love to do it after they've eaten. So like if you're going somewhere that has potentially a walking path, or if you have people that are there with you after a celebration that can, if it's like a midday celebration, they can go out and just walk around the block. Hey, it'd be good for everybody. It'd get some energy out if you, bring your pups or you bring your kids with you. It would be a great way for them to get all their sugars out because they're going to be, strung up on that usually. So I would say fuel and fitness are key, okay? The next one is take something that you can enjoy, okay? Hey, Erica, how's it going? So this doesn't have to be something that is elaborate. It doesn't have to be something that is crazy intensive. It can be as simple as roasted vegetables or a sad salad. You want to do something that you can make sure to fill up your plate with to make sure that you're not hungry, okay? And so usually for me, that is a vegetable because I feel like the increased fiber in it. I know there will always be a protein on plan that I can get wherever we're going. And so I can bring this in and I can make sure that I've set myself up for success, but then also allowed me the opportunity to feel like I was giving to the party as well. Okay. The next thing would be to drink plenty of water along the way. And so you want to stay hydrated, of course, before you go up and into the party. But I try to be very conscientious that, like, while I'm driving to the party or driving to the celebration, I do stay hydrated. And so I usually try to bring a 32-ounce bottle. Most of the time I usually bring 2, just saying, because I want to make sure that there is something there that I can drink with. Because a lot of times, thirst and hunger get confused by the body. And so it could be that, you're seeing all of these things in and around you that you're inundated with, and your body could just be thirsty, but you feel like you're really hungry because you see everything. And so being that it's a little bit chilly right now, I would also bring something that was warm for me, that was a treat. So cranberry wassail, if you like singing canaries, or any of the sippers too. The big thing is making it be something that is a treat for you. So maybe some holiday trim, hot chocolate, anything that you feel like you get to enjoy and it's a special occasion that you do. So you don't have to bring something to share. That's completely okay. Don't feel bad or guilty for that, but do know that this should help you stay clear from just having that hand-to-mouth reaction. The other thing that I kind of keep in my purse when I go somewhere like this is gum. And so after I do my inventory, I make sure that I eat what I'm going to eat. I put the gum in, and that helps me, just still get that oral fixation, but not feel like I have to consume extra to get it. And the mint does, suppress appetite as well. I'm less likely to put something else in my mouth if I have mint in my mouth, because I know they're not going to mesh well. Okay. So number 4 is survey the spread. Okay. So before you actually go through the line, don't be the first one in the line, be, second, third, 25th, wherever you're at, but survey what you want to put on your plate. Okay. So look at it and go, what is really worth it to me to consume? What am I going to really enjoy? What am I going to thoroughly be able to feel like I encompass, the environment and things of that nature, so some of us choose to stay on plan during the holidays and some of us choose to go off plan. I'm not here to tell you either one is right. It is your journey and you can do as you choose, but I would say to make sure that you're intentional with what you consume. Okay. The best way to do this is to monitor proper proportions. Okay. And so for me, when I go through a place like this, what I will usually do is I will sneak over to the dessert line and I will pull a dessert plate. Okay, so this is going to give you a better realistic expectation of what should be filling your plate. How many times when you go somewhere, if it's like the paper plates or if it's like real plates, but like plates are like huge. We've talked about this before, like they're like ginormous, right? And so when you put proper proportions on these huge plates, you look down at your plate and you go, it's a sad plate. Look at all this like space. Where is, everything touching and like squeezing together and pushing and pulling and fighting for space. And so that will still happen if you choose to go with a salad plate or a dessert plate. So either ones are options, but I really, really encourage you, if you can pull one of those, you'll have better proportions. The other thing is having a good idea of what a proper portion of these different things look like. Okay. And so I do have a proportion hand guide that's completely free on my website. I'll link that below if you guys want to use that. So then that way you're not wondering like, well, how much should this really be? But basically it shows a picture of a hand and it tells you like, here it's protein. This is what protein should usually look like when we're having something. Here is a carbohydrate. So carbohydrates usually look about this size. And so, like I said, if you're interested in that, I do have one of those on my website that's completely free for you guys to grab. And you can either take it with you in your purse or you can just take a picture of it, screenshot it. That's completely awesome as well. But just being mindful and knowing, hey, like I really don't need like 3 pounds of turkey. I know this is over exaggeration, but maybe you can like on the husband on that one and tell him, hey, you really don't need that much, right? So The other thing that I want you guys to remember is that I do have a Black Friday promo for my Time for Fitness group. And so, like I said earlier, you're less likely to overconsume if you are increasing intentional movement. And so I would say if this is something that you are looking forward to doing in the new year, there's no need to wait. Okay, so a lot of times we hype up this New Year's resolution and we say that it's going to be different and it's going to be, something that is going to stick this year. Why not start it now? Why not start it now where you can integrate it into a busy season? They're quick, they're easy workouts, it's accountability, it's allowing you the chance to be able to put exercise in your season wherever that season is. Beginner, advanced, intermediate, there is something for everybody in this app-based community that is off social media. And so what I'm offering now through the end of the weekend in regards to Black Friday is if you join the Time for Fitness group, you will get a free course from me that's called How to Create a Manageable Exercise Routine. And so that will be completely free if you choose to join us in that Time for Fitness group. The Time for Fitness group is also having a challenge this December. And so there will be prizes associated with that too. Another way for you to just stay accountable to the things that are important to you or that you want to be important to you. And sometimes we just need a little bit of a push or a nudge in regards to that to be able to allow others to help us stay accountable to our goals. So good morning, Kimberly. If you are watching this on the replay, hashtag celebrations and let me know if you are staying or if you are going in regards to travel this season. If you have any other suggestions, pop those in the thread below too. I know everybody has their own little ways of being able to combat holiday celebrations. And so if you have something that you really enjoy or that you feel like has brought you success, we would love to hear about that. By no means am I the expert of all. I think we all can kind of glean from each other in regards to this. So I hope more than anything, you have a spirit of gratitude and realize the blessings that in and around you this Thanksgiving season, this holiday season. And I will see you guys back next week. We will start back our systems to care, and we are talking about all things blood next week. And so you don't want to miss out on that. And I'm going to tell you some great ways that you can integrate in different lifestyles to make sure we have longevity with our blood and the things that are going on in your blood that you might not even realize. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving day tomorrow, guys.